An attack on OpenSea has got us talking today. Welcome to the Daily Forkast, January 25th, 2022. I'm Megha Chaddah of Forkast News, covering all things blockchain. The OpenSea NFT marketplace has been hacked for 332 ETH, with the exploiter targeting the hugely popular Bored Ape Yacht Club collection, among others. We'll take a look at that story and a whole lot more coming up. Let's get you up to speed from Asia to the world. Let's kick off with some of the top stories out of Asia today. First up, the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS Innovation Hub, has announced its plans for projects in Hong Kong and Singapore this year. A new project in Hong Kong will explore whether DeFi technologies, including tokenization and smart contracts, can improve financing for small and medium enterprises. While in Singapore, Project Ellipse, which aims to use artificial intelligence and machine learning to help financial regulators analyze data, is moving into a new phase, Project Veritas, which will test out analysis of climate-related risks and sustainability metrics. And over in South Korea, the National Police Agency has been cooperating with Interpol. The international organization issued a purple notice, which is a request for information on methods used by criminals for two international crimes that caused damage to Korean citizens. According to local reports, one was a voice phishing case involving Bitcoin, with the victim being convinced their bank account was involved in a crime by a person pretending to be a public prosecutor. The phisher seized Bitcoin worth more than $100,000, but their methods have now been shared with 195 Interpol member countries. While it's great news that Interpol are on the case, it's always wise to be on alert for scams. You can find those stories and lots more at Forkast.news. Meanwhile, the OpenSea NFT marketplace has suffered a front-end attack. According to security and data tracker PeckShield, the hacker managed to withdraw 332 ETH, or around $800,000. Forkast News' Lachlan Keller reports.
PeckShield noted the issue Monday night Asia time, revealing the attacker received 10 ETH from Ethereum mixer Tornado Cash, which was then converted to wrapped ETH to carry out the hack. The attacker seized control of the massively popular and highly prized Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, and Cool Cats NFT collections. One Twitter user said the hack saw their Bored Ape token sold for 0.77 ETH instead of its floor price of 86 ETH. That's a difference of over $200,000 at present. OpenSea has responded by saying listings made a long time ago are resurfacing when items are transferred back into their listers' wallets. It went on to say that while it can't cancel those orders, it has launched a new listings manager where users can check for them. The NFT market is predicated upon tokens being trusted signals of ownership, but their vulnerability to attacks like this could further undermine that trust amid concerns over copyright infringement or delisting controversies. For Forkast News, I'm Lachlan Keller.
The world of decentralized finance, or DeFi, is being banged upon to bring in a sea of change for how we view financial products, what they cost us, and even bring a huge upgrade to the kind of products available. And we're already beginning to see some initial signs of that as crypto-based derivatives and ETFs make an appearance. So let's bring in our very own DeFi expert, David Lighton, co-founder of Lithium Finance, to give us the download on the exciting opportunities he's spotting. Good to see you again, David.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, David, to kick it off, Bitcoin-linked ETFs are an exciting area. An ETF launched in October, ProShares Bitcoin ETF in the United States, saw trading volumes of close to $1 billion by the end of first day. However, with Bitcoin prices slipping, many believe that the launch hype is fading. What's your take?
Certainly, the Bitcoin ETF represents a kind of watershed moment for the space. It adds legitimacy to Bitcoin to have an exchange-traded product built on its back. ProShares launched its in October 2021. It mimics the price of Bitcoin, but it doesn't represent a direct investment in the token. We're cutting out the complex storage and security procedures associated with investing directly in cryptocurrencies. It allows investors to trade safely on traditional exchanges, not on unregulated crypto exchanges in foreign jurisdictions. I should add that the ETFs tend only to track the futures prices rather than the spot prices of Bitcoin. So my take is that the hype may be fading a bit, but that it remains an important vehicle for experts in the space. It provides exposure to those who wouldn't otherwise seek exposure. What's really unique in this particular market is that the ETFs offer an opportunity to short sell. And on the traditional crypto exchanges, that simply isn't available.
Yeah, you pointed out quite a few advantages that ETF products have over the coin itself. But especially for lay investors, do you think they offer substantial advantage over buying into the coins directly?
You don't have to deal with the kind of pain of taking your seed phrase and writing it down, storing it in a safe, or putting it in hundreds of different word processing documents on your computer. But fundamentally, you have this idea that you're investing in something a bit safer. You can short it, but I want to make clear that there's no spot price ETF, so people in general may not really realize what they're signing up for. Although there are some advantages versus investing directly in cryptocurrencies, the ETFs are not really a mature class of assets yet to have exposure to the crypto markets. I think there's much more to come.
We are still, as you probably said, at a very nascent stage, and there's such a variety of Bitcoin ETFs for people to pick from. We just saw BlackRock as well apply and ask for approval for a Bitcoin ETF from the SEC. But for the investors, what do you think they should really be focusing on when they're looking to pick the right product for themselves? Or do you not see too much of a distinction among the various products that are on offer at the moment?
You have ProShares, the most famous one, Valkyrie, Grayscale has a Bitcoin product. It's a trust rather than an ETF. Bitwise 10 is an index fund offering exposure to the 10 highest market cap cryptocurrencies. I mean, you have a kind of alphabet soup of crypto ETFs here. They're all slightly different. Many offer exposures to different baskets of cryptocurrencies. Often their holdings are shares in companies that have significant exposure. They're all different, but we see the overall market performance being pretty tightly correlated with the performance of Bitcoin. So for example, with Bitcoin slumping, we've also seen Coinbase and other key players in the space slump. So an interesting question, I think, is whether we'll ever see the overall crypto market decouple from the performance of the price of Bitcoin. This definitely could happen, but for now, Bitcoin remains kind of the bellwether for the entire space. So I think at the margin, these products may be different, but they're not offering something really fundamentally different, because they're all, almost anything you could invest in the space right now has a pretty strong correlation to Bitcoin, at least for the foreseeable future.
Well, there's certainly lots to be mindful of and to learn when it comes to crypto ETFs. Thanks so much, David, for joining in. And that's the Daily Forecast from our vantage point right here in Asia. Hit like, hit subscribe, appreciate it always. Help us reach our goal to reach lots more of you. For more, visit forecast.news. I'm Megha Chaddah. Until next time.